well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. We're going to talk about last week's show and maybe a little bit of the previous week. And you can find us on Twitter. We're also on Facebook and YouTube. Also, check us out on Spotify. I'm Marianne, and you can find me at mama_hooch on X. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Diva Carey. You can find her at Diva of DOOL. She's out with her fiance tonight, so she won't be here. And we have Jenn with us. Hi, Jenn.
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And we have Anna.
From the Witless Protection Program.
Well, from
That's
the Witless
right.
now. I'm sorry, from the Witless Protection
I'm
Program.
back from my little stay in Alamania.
Okay.
Okay.
You moved you somewhere else, huh?
Yep. I'm always moving. But you can find me on X and on Instagram at Kazi Hooch.
Okay. So everybody, well, you said you were finishing up Fridays, right? Okay.
Yeah, to skip ahead a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't here last week because my granddaughter had her 4th birthday, so I missed last week, and that's one part of Stefano's memorial where they all met at the house. I'm just going to give you guys probably already talked about it, but that'll kind of lead into the memorial they had this week in the crypt. I was just kind of, I don't know if you guys covered that about how when Stefano was shot way back, and I looked it up, it was back in 2016 when Hope supposedly killed him.
Yeah.
So we had, everyone thought, oh, Stefano's dead. Of course, there was no body. So then he came back in 2019 as Steve, the essence of Stefano and Steve.
Stefano.
Yeah, Stefano, which was kind of weird. But now in 2016, they found the bones in the crypt, and we had Rolf explaining to EJ how he went away for 6 months. He was with Stefano, and he was alive all those years until just not long. I don't know how long, but anyway, he was gone 6 months, come back, and Stefano was already gone. He couldn't bring him back because no body was left but the bones. So they had this memorial for him, which was all the people in Salem came. Steve and Kayla, Roman and Kate and Johnny and Tony and Anna finally came back from their cruise. You saw that? Yeah. So they all had their little moments with Stefano. They had an urn there and his picture. And it was funny, Tony and Anna, I know you guys did you talk about how she don't like the urn. She thought it would be fancy or something.
Yeah, it should have a phoenix on it.
Yeah, and that was cute. And then Tony, they went into her carrying Tony around all the time in the urn. I just wish at that part they would have given Tony a little bit of time by himself, saying something to Stefano. But they did this week in the crypt, but he didn't really have time to himself like the other ones did. Steve and Kayla and Kate. I don't know. Kate she still has a little bit of jealousy. Anne, do you think she has a little bit of jealousy yet with Roman and Marlena?
Gives a little bit of an annoyance to her.
Perturbed,
for sure.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Then she, in fairness, she still has some, feelings in a way for Stefano. For the love they had at one point.
Right.
And so it's kind of and Roman understands that. So, but I think she sees that Marlena's in a vulnerable situation. She feels for her, but also it's almost kind of at least early on in the week or in the episodes or whatever, it was she kind of needed Roman too in a way, but no one thinks Kate needs anybody. You know what I mean? Because
she has that
independence. Yeah.
Right.
And she has a fierce exterior and all that, a tough exterior, like I said. And so, she did want some time alone to say goodbye to Stefano. But I think it was also sweet that Roman went after her and gave her that space, but then was able to be there for her when she came out and stuff from there. So.
Yeah. So I like it. And then she did get her time with Stefano, and so did Roman, which was great. And I'm sitting to think, wait a minute. Kate's been with Roman and Stefano. Okay. Yep. Of course, she was with John, too.
All right now.
She was with EJ.
And Andre.
This is where the Kate fan jumps in and says, wait a minute.
We can just keep going. But anyway, we did like what Roman said, checkmate you. I think it said, you old bastard or something, your old SOB or whatever he said.
SOB or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Checkmate. Yeah. because he basically did ruin Roman's life. Took his wife,
Oh,
took
yeah.
his life. Yeah. So, and then we had Johnny, which was just Johnny and Theo have a whole different view of Stefano. They see him as a grandfather, and he didn't present that other side to them. He never had done anything like he did to his own kids. So, and then we had Marlena at the end, which I liked, talking to how she talked to him, and they showed a flashback of Queen of the Night, which at one time was my tag name, I guess, when we started out with Blog Talk. Remember that, Anna?
Oh, yeah, you were the Queen of the Night. I
Queen
remember
of the
that.
Night. Yeah, we had our different names. Yeah, like, Diva. So
We were
they
kind of
showed,
trying to be a little anonymous back then. Well,
yeah, at
you
that
know.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows us now.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. And but then she also said, well, if it wasn't for Stefano, she wouldn't have met John. But then it wouldn't have messed her marriage up, and she still would have probably been married to Roman and all that. But yeah.
Yep.
So, but anyway, and then she was talking, and then the candles went out, like
Yeah.
woo, a woohoo moment, like Susan. But
Sammy may have been sane.
what's that?
Sammy may have been sane.
Oh, yes, possibly, yeah. So then this brings us to like this
Yeah.
week in the script.
So did you get the feeling at the end of that though? Like,
Uh-huh.
because I didn't watch that till today. I didn't see some of Fridays until
Last week.
today. So then I
Uh-huh.
missed some of Fridays from today because I watched last week's. But when the candles went out and stuff, I thought, oh Lord, I hope she's not being possessed again. But that was
Okay.
that
You
was
got
cool though, the way they did that, because it did kind
Mhm.
of send a chill a little bit, like he's still not gone completely.
Yeah, because didn't she kind of turn around and look at the picture?
Yeah, there was definitely a
Like, where
feeling
are
there.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
like
like you're expecting him to walk through the door. Ha ha ha, you thought
exactly,
I
the
was dead.
phoenix.
I'm back. Something like that. Yeah. So then they had all his bones, and they had the urn in like a little coffin, and they were going to have a little thing out there. Now, the only thing is Johnny wasn't there. He wasn't there, I guess. I don't know why, because they probably had too many actors in the group. They can only do so many. But and it was the ones that were taken captive in the crypt. EJ, Chad, Kristen, Tony, Theo. And
Yeah.
Theo was a little kind of overwhelmed and
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that. I
Somebody
did like,
decided to open the door. Why would they
yeah,
close that door?
yeah. So, and Kristen still PO'd at EJ, and she blames him for Peter's death. Well, I don't know why she's the one that killed him, but anyway, she's just mad at him because of all that other stuff. So Theo wanted to know other things about Stefano because he doesn't know him like that. So Tony said that Tony took the lead and was trying to tell him some of the things about Stefano, especially Stefano's obsessions and his manipulations to get what he wants. And he kind of compared his obsession with Marlena. And I like the flashback of Stefano and I guess it was Tony. It was Andre or
Yep.
Tony. I don't know. But it was, he was showing him the thing of Marlena. So, and he
Yeah, there were
said,
some good
yeah, what's that?
flashbacks. There were
Yeah,
some good flashbacks.
I wish there would have been more though.
Yeah.
More of Stefano saying Stefano with Tony, or just Stefano and Marlena even. More than, or a little bit more. So then he kind of compared that with EJ's obsession with Sammy, and he says, and Kristen, you have an obsession with Brady.
And John.
Yes. Oh yeah, he meant John and his father, the father and the son. Yeah, at the time. And I did like the part where Tony, and I'm thinking Teo, this was like more personal too, when he said to EJ, and when you came on the scene, father just threw me away like a well worn out shoe.
Uh-huh.
And EJ, and I love this when he said that. They panned to Chad, and Billy Flynn had this look, and he kind of did this look. It's like EJ, like, yeah, like he agreed. It was just a fleet. If you go back and look at it, and then EJ said, no, I did not. It wasn't that way. And Tony said, yes, it was that way. And he said, I should have been the head of the family, but apparently because I wasn't blood, that's why. So I guess I don't know if it was the writers realizing what they did, or kind of a slap in the face in a way too. What do you guys think?
Maybe it's these writers like telling the old writers what they did.
Yeah, I don't know who exactly did that, but these new writers I felt could have changed things. But anyway, I just love
So,
that part.
what also I liked was the dynamic of the siblings and their different viewpoints on things because,
Right. They were all
because I
raised
just,
differently.
like I was just, it's just on conversations I've had with other friends over the last while.
Uh-huh.
You realize that, like, for example, the youngest sibling may not have any clue of some of the things that went on with those relationships,
Right.
and you don't, and you just assume because they're your little sibling or whatever that they know all that history. And maybe they don't. Maybe they have no idea. I mean, in sort of defense of EJ in a way, from his perspective, I mean, I know these are writers and all that stuff. From his
Right.
perspective, if they were real, if they were real people, real characters, that I could see how he'd be like, "No, he didn't," but his perception as being the younger, newest kid in town, newest Stefano kid in town kind of thing, he wouldn't have necessarily seen it that way. I don't know. What do you
Right.
think, Jen? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
But he knew
he would
Tony
have,
was the oldest, you know,
Yeah,
then it should went to him.
and
But
he
then
certainly never, and he never fought for him to be the head or anything like that. But in
no.
terms of, it
And
was just
Tony
an
never
interesting
wanted to
thing to
be.
see the oldest sibling having a perspective that the youngest or younger didn't have, that didn't see it that way. I thought it was very interesting, the dynamics between the siblings. It
Well,
was
yeah, and
very
EJ
interesting.
didn't
yeah,
grow up with Stefano. Chad didn't grow up with
Right.
Stefano. Tony
Right. In a
did.
way, he was kind of like his new toy.
Yeah,
pretty
"Oh, what a new
Tony
much.
did.
son," Yeah.
And
And
Kristen
so
did too.
it totally, and you can see from a writing standpoint that, oh, we've got this new young stud coming in that, is gonna be the new hot guy on the show. So, in a way, they did ditch, even though we all still thought Teo was very hot. But you can see that in the writing, yeah, they did. Well, heck, they
It's
stuck Tony
ageism
on an
too.
island.
I
Yeah,
believe
of
that.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot there, both if thinking of them as the dynamics of a very dysfunctional family dynamic as siblings,
Right.
and then also, and I was just waiting for someone to mention how Stefano killed his, who was the son that was hearing impaired?
Pudgy.
Benji.
Benji, yeah. I
You
was
don't hear
waiting
him
for
too
them
much.
to mention that he killed that one, didn't he? Did he kill that son?
Yep,
So, and there may have been a few other, well, and then he sent Tony to an island. I mean, I still love Stefano, but he sent Tony to an island, banished him to an island for
Right.
26 years, and sent Renee, or yeah, Renee? No, Lexi.
Lexi.
Renee.
Yeah,
Renee's the
Lexi
actress. Renee, what was her last name? Renee
Renee Jones.
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 So they sent Lexi underground, like for how long, So remember she came back with the black hood that she was, or maybe that was
Yeah.
Anna that came back. I don't know, but Lexi had been stuck underground for a time as well, by
Mhm.
Stephanie, I think. So anyway, it's just interesting that it would be interesting just as regular siblings for that whole conversation, given how dysfunctional their family was. But I found it extra interesting just because
Mhm.
we've observed these storylines all these years and, like, there's a lot there.
Well, yeah, and that whole episode, I think mostly that whole episode was dedicated to them in the crypt and the Damares and
Yeah, and I loved
everything they
how they
did.
ended with, well, you'll get to that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, then they all had their say and they all put their I liked how Tony said something, he told him, "Rest well, father," and although he says father.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
father. And, they all put their hands on I thought that was, symbolic and they showed their hands. And then Tony and Theo and Chad went up to the house and Dr. Rolf slinked in and gave him the original Phoenix ring. I guess there's been many
Mm.
copies, but this was the original. And so he gave it to EJ to carry on, which I also think Tony should have had the ring too. But anyway,
Yep,
Yeah.
that's never going to happen.
Well,
But
also, at some point when EJ was alone for a minute before Ralph came in,
yes.
he said something, he called him dad. And I
yep.
Dad.
thought that was really, that was interesting because to me that connoted, the connotation there was a closeness. But I think he always called him father, didn't he? Just like Tony?
He
Yeah,
I
always
think he
called him
always called him
father. They all
father.
did. Yeah.
But it
Oh,
was interesting that they wrote it for him, or maybe he came up with that himself, I don't know, but wrote it to say dad, and I just thought that was interesting, which it just caught me. It just kind of caught
mhm.
Jen, you nodded your head, right? You saw that too?
Yep.
And it seemed like EJ was the one that was more broken up than anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Then so because he
yeah,
was the one more like Stefano, although I'm thinking Kristen is even more like I think Kristen's more ruthless than EJ, actually.
yeah. I loved
I do.
how
I
they
think
were
she's the
talking
worst
about
one.
the
Yeah.
characteristics that they inherited versus nature nurture, because some of them were adopted, some of them were natural children, and some of them didn't
Yeah.
even grow up with the father, and but he was a natural child
Mhm.
of his, and just the dynamics of nature versus nurture and how they acknowledge both of those things, that they learn things from Stefano from observation and quote unquote example, whether that example was good or not,
Right.
or positive or not. They all, and then also some of the things they may have inherited from him in terms of obsession, and I thought it was interesting that Theo had said, "Well, I just thought my obsession with chess was because of my neurodiversity, or no, because I was high functioning, but maybe I did get some of that Demira obsession from." And then I thought maybe Stefano is autistic. That's why he was
Could have
obsessed with.
been.
No, I'm just kidding, but
Could
I'm
have
not
been.
kidding about that. But it did, but it crossed my mind. Maybe he was a little autistic, and he had an obsession with Marlena. I don't know. Anyway, but I thought it was interesting that they wrote in that Theo was like, "Oh, well, I thought maybe my obsession with chess was because I was, high functioning, but actually maybe it's a demerit trait that I didn't even realize I had." So I just thought the self-awareness and I just thought the whole conversation was great. I just loved it. I mean, of
Mhm.
course I would have wanted Tony to be the head of the family, so to speak,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I always like watching
but I
all
thought
the
it was
Demirs
interesting.
together and how they all worked together when Peter was there, and, they always point
Yeah.
that out.
And
And
I
then they
have
had,
to admit, I'm gonna miss
mhm.
Chad. I really am. I know they're gonna have another Chad
I'm
come
gonna
in,
miss
but
Billy Flynn. I really like Billy Flynn.
I really am too. And I've never really been that into his characters, his relationships, his
Mhm.
romantic relationships. I haven't really been
Yeah.
that
But
into.
I like him as Chad.
But
He's
I've
good.
really been sad this week thinking that he's gonna be leaving for Young and the Restless, and I'm
And
gonna
that
miss him.
Thomas too. I mean, the kids are gonna be different. Both kids
Yes,
are I don't know if they're gonna make him a little older
yes.
maybe, but it's gonna be new
Now with them
actor, and
sending
they
them
were so
off.
good.
Now with Now is the new guy coming in soon? Is that
I heard
why
not till
they're sending him
April.
off?
They're gonna
Okay.
be off about 2 months probably. Yeah. I think it's around
Okay.
April when till we see the new ones. I'm pretty sure I read
Okay.
that. I think I have that down.
Okay.
But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure and they usually have a certain amount of time in between, except for
Yeah.
when Gwen came back, she went in and come out. That was funny. She took
Mhm.
Yeah.
off as Gwen and came back or what left as Teresa, came back as
Teresa.
Gwen. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but then yes, we had Tony and Chad and Theo, and they were pouring drinks and saluting Stefano, and they got to talking, and Chad was telling them about he's leaving, gonna leave town. Not leave town. He told them about Jeremy and all that was going on and
Yeah.
how the kids are
Tony
going through it.
suggested he leave him.
Yeah, and Tony was the one that suggested he should take them somewhere, get out of the cold February and take them somewhere. So he had that going
Take
on.
them somewhere warm, and then later we
Warm,
find out they're
yes.
going on a road trip to Arizona. So I was like, "That's interesting." Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
To
So
see
then
Sonny and Will.
yes, so we can talk about that. So he's getting ready to do that. I guess he decided he told Julie, and Jeremy was there, and he told Jeremy, and Jeremy also told Julie that he was leaving. But I don't think he
I
leaves
jumped
right
ahead a little
away.
bit.
Yeah, I think he's on a
Can I
little bit
say one
more
more
yet.
thing about
About
Can I
who?
say one more
Jerry?
thing about the
Chad?
Demira goodbye?
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, about the goodbye episode. I loved how at the end, how they had an old video of Stefano, of
Yeah.
Joe
Yes.
Mascolo conducting the
Yeah.
opera and singing along.
Forgot about
It
that.
actually
Yes.
made me teary-eyed. I got teary-eyed.
Yes.
It
And he was there
really it
yes,
really
doing the conducting,
So anyway,
yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't wanna miss
I
that
wish
part.
they
But anyway,
woulda
I
had
kinda jumped ahead.
no, no, I'm glad you remembered that. I forgot about that. But yeah, I wish they woulda even had more of that, but at least they ended it with, the end of Stefano. So, I mean, I think it was a good final send off, although he has died so many
Yeah.
times. This made it seem like it was like closure, complete, done, the bones are his, he's not coming back,
Yeah.
unless he comes back again in the essence of somebody. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go
Jeez.
back that again
I couldn't
with
believe
who's
they
all
showed
in that
those
tube.
scenes with the essence of Stefano scene.
Yes, they did
I
with
couldn't believe they did that.
Steve-O. Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
I'm like,
okay,
what's
so
in those shoe?
and we also learned like Julie's not so sad because she learned that Eli and Lonnie and the twins are moving
Are
back to
coming
Salem.
back.
So I guess they're
That
coming
was a
back
cute scene. That was a cute
with
scene,
Yeah.
Eli.
wasn't it? With
Yeah, the
Eli.
way he said that, he's why
She's
can't
saying,
she
like,
says
"Don't you think you could at
vacation
least come back and bring the kids
or
and have a
vacation.
vacation or spend a little bit of time
No,
here? I know it's really hard with little ones and stuff. They're getting a little bigger now." And he's like, "No, that's just really not gonna be possible, Grandma." And she's like, "Oh, I wish, couldn't you?" He's like, "Well, we're actually moving, and so it's really gonna be impossible for us to have a vacation, to take a vacation here." She's like, "Well, how far are you moving away?" It's like, "What planet are you moving to that you can't come back for vacation?" And he's essentially, she didn't say planet, but like, like, "How far are you moving away that you like have to?" And he says, "Well, it's because you can't vacation somewhere that you live." And she's like, "Are you yanking your grandmother's chain or whatever?" Like,
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but and are you
yeah,
trying to pull one over on, what are you doing? And he says, "Well," he goes, "we're moving back to Salem." And so it was just so cute. And she was so excited. And he said the kids were more excited than he and Lonnie were even. He's like, Jules was running around squealing with excitement, and what was it? Carver
Carla.
couldn't wait to see his grandma, his great
Every
grandma.
day.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess one group of kids is moving out, another group of kids moving in. But
yeah.
anyway, so it'll be nice if we actually see Jules and
And
Carver.
there
Yeah.
has to be a lot of bedrooms in the Horton house. Has to be at least 5 or
Yeah,
6 anyway for all the different people that
yeah.
that are there at one time. So
Well, Alice made it like a homeless shelter too at one
at one
time.
time, yeah. Well, then they had 5 kids, so yeah, it was a big house. So there probably was about 5 bedrooms or so, I would think. So okay, so then we have what else? We had speaking of Valentine's Day, we had Julie, Marlena, and Maggie all met together. And did you notice how everybody had a lot of red on this week?
Yep.
Marlena had that bright red thing on, and Julie had a red sweater on, and Chanel and John. Everybody had red or pink or
And of course,
just
it's
everybody.
also February is heart aware, like heart health
Her health.
for
Heart awareness for
women's
heart.
heart health or something. Heart health
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense.
awareness month or something. So yeah, so lots of nice red. It was pretty. Now, did you guys see this? Did you guys see the controversy on Twitter or wherever online about the scenes and the drama
No.
between two of the three? Oh, okay. Well,
Between what?
several people
Between
seem
Maggie
to
and Marlena?
the drama between a couple of the Oscars actors, between Maggie and
Maggie and
basically
Marlena?
Deidre between
And Deidre, and I heard they can't stand each
yeah,
other. Is that true?
yeah.
I've heard
But
it's true.
well, a lot of people were talking about it. I'm just gonna say that. But did you? But when I finally watched it, I had already read all that, and when I
The body
watched, there
language?
wasn't one time that Deidre looked, or that I should say that Marlena looked at Maggie the entire time. Like Julie, you could tell was really heartfelt. She was like, "You're my, I'm so blessed to have you
Mhm.
gals as my dear friends." And you could, she was coming across
Genuine.
very
And they
Genuine.
didn't
genuinely
really
and
talk
authentically,
to the
but
characters didn't talk too much to each
but
other.
yeah, but Marlena and Maggie didn't say very much, and it was,
Mm-mm.
I mean, whether it was written this way or not, there definitely was not any connection whatsoever between
Think about it, they don't have a lot of
those
scenes
two.
together. They don't
Nope.
Right,
really.
right.
I
So,
mean, now they have
and
to
and
because
I
they're
want
all in this
and I
group. They have to
Yeah,
now for
and
the story.
I wonder if they're some of them are just really not really happy the fact that they're in the widows club in terms of their storylines. There's the book club, remember? And then Marlena just had
Yep.
to leave. Like Marlena was there for like 2 minutes and then she had to leave. But I mean, of course, it's not a club anybody would want to be a member of, but like they are
It's
longtime.
better than the
The
old ladies
characters are
club
longtime friends.
or the great
Yeah.
grandma
Right,
club or the
right,
great grandma's club
right, right. So
or
under
the old
normal
ladies club.
circumstances, it would be very natural, very natural, and I like the way that they're
Yeah.
supporting one another and everything. But I guess there
Okay.
were
So
enough
that's out
people
on the
that picked up on that vibe.
yeah. People have
So
been hearing about
I
that. I
mean,
didn't realize they were talking about it though, but I've heard that. Yes.
yeah, there was some stuff on X, someone that said something about
Interesting.
school. And the conversation was before that they sat down, Julie was talking to who was it? She came in and Gwen was
Gwen.
sitting there.
Gwen.
And she
Yes.
said, you got to do a podcast for, you know, it's something something and it wasn't very nice. And I think Gwen turned around and said, "Well, Gwen said you should have a podcast for something," and it was negative. And then Julie gave it right back to her with, "Well, you should have a podcast about," well, it was something, like about someone who doesn't know anything about anything and
Anything.
doesn't have manners or
Yeah.
something. I don't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
that was
There's no
funny. And
love
so
lost
then
there.
on X, I noticed that somebody tweeted, and I don't even know who it was, said something about, well, I would pay someone, I would pay to see someone start a podcast to talk about the feud that's been going on for decades between these two or
Yeah.
something. And then everybody else kind of jumped in on that, So
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if
But I
I
think
would
it's
have
been
I
going
don't know
on
if
a
I would
long
have really
time.
noticed it. Yeah.
I don't know
Anyway, it
why,
was
but
just kind of interesting.
girl stuff,
Just
I
a little
guess,
bit of
pettiness.
of interesting little controversy.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
My
When you
question.
think about it when you think about it in real life though, how many times have we been in office situations or career situations or where either we were the target or someone else was the one that nobody really wanted to work with or that always had issues with people or whatever. You never know. So I mean like for us to expect that people have worked together for 30 or
Oh yeah,
40
there's always
years,
somebody that you can't
there
get
aren't going to
along
be
with.
some
Personalities.
that there's
Yes.
somebody that's not gonna have an issue with one or two
Yeah.
people that, like to
Right.
me, it's like, okay, yeah, but it is interesting that it kind of was conveyed beyond the characters, I could say.
Mhm. Let's talk about let's see. Brady and Kristen. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Brady. Brady,
Before we
Brady,
do
Brady.
that, I got a
Yeah.
My
question.
God.
You have a well, yeah, go ahead.
He still is
Yeah. Why couldn't Julie just walk on by Gwen? Gwen wasn't bothering anybody.
Oh yeah, Julie.
right.
Well, that's Joel.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Julie always has to
She
butt
had
in.
she had a dig. She had to give her a
She's like,
dig.
oh, she
Yeah,
made some
but
comment about, oh, you're drinking the real thing.
Or her card must have
How
worked or
did you
something. Didn't
manage
she
to
say something about
get the pennies together for that? Or so, like she
yeah.
made some snide remark. And then
yeah.
but then Gwen had a good comeback because she was like, "Well, I just decided that I would take my book business elsewhere. I got that all sorted out, and I decided
Yeah.
I would take my book business online because of the customer service, the nasty customer service representative at the
Yeah.
local bookstore or whatever." Like it's like, oh, that was good. I love that back and forth.
Yeah. And now we can just add there that she got money. She got her $50,000 check back from not making Gabby's gown or in time or
Yes.
whatever. But Gabby wants her to go to Alamania and make sure that Stefan is really truly dead or to find out what information she can from Vivian. So I don't know. And then she more or
Yeah.
less telling EJ she doesn't think she's going to do that or just give Gabby the runaround, and EJ's warning her, don't cross Gabby. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I
Don't
don't know what's going to come of that.
don't do it.
Yeah. Well, back to Brady and Kristen. Well, Kristen took Rachel out of Bayview without telling Brady. I mean, he's happy to see Rachel, but he knows that's not the best thing for her. Belle warns them
Yeah.
that with Rachel being out, that can violate her terms of her release, so she doesn't have to go through juvie court. She has to be in Bayview. So Kristen meets Brady for dinner, and Brady wants to sue for full custody. And Kristen concedes to joint custody, but she needs to move in with him because they have to show a united front, and they're going to give her outpatient therapy. So Brady goes along with his harebrained idea for a month. He says a month. A month. Do you believe a month? Okay, a month. And so he's gonna and oh, Brady got a new apartment. Now, I don't know, but the new apartment reminds me of the Rafe's house. Only just does anybody
It does.
because
Well,
was
I
that
thought
the
maybe
house
it
when
was
they opened it up?
Xander and
It looks like because when Holly came
I don't
in,
know,
you
it
could see
looked
the
I was gonna
outside like a house. It didn't look like an apartment building, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
me.
may
It
not
just
have seen
reminded me
part of
of
that.
Ruth's. Yeah. It's one of those. It's one
Just
of them. I don't
it
know which one. Yeah. It's somebody else's residence just with different makeup and different furnishings, but I wasn't quite sure. I thought it was Rafe's, but
well,
I
it
don't
looked
know.
a little bit like the place that Sierra and Ben had, and then I think Sarah and Xander had maybe, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I just saw a little blip of
Yeah.
it. I didn't
But I
get to
like how
see
they always
much of
redo
it.
a set.
Yeah.
They use the
Yeah,
same sets. And
yeah,
so,
right,
so does
right.
anyone think this is going back to a Brady and Kristen get together?
God, no.
I
But
hope not.
he said
I hope
absolutely.
not.
And Tate, he tells Tate this. He assures Tate when he comes back from college at spring break, when he comes back, he'll have his room because Kristen basically is staying in Tate's room. And he says, just tell me, Dad, this means you're not getting back together. Absolutely not. So what does that mean when they say
Yes. Well,
stuff? Yeah, you will.
Yes.
Yes, of course they will. So there, no.
No, we
I
can't
just,
do that
I
again.
just, no, I know.
We can't.
So I
I
said,
I
Brady,
swore that
Brady.
had to be the last time. And he's been away from her for a long time now. Then to have to
yeah.
Yes.
and
And he does like
Marlena's gonna be
Sarah.
like, I
More or less.
can't let you Marlena's gonna be like, you can't live by yourself for 5 minutes without letting that woman back in.
Well,
And
he's
of
told
course it's a
Marlena.
completely plausible
Yeah. He told Marlena, although she's not too
but on
happy.
the
But
other hand, she's so good at
you know what I wanted her
manipulating
to
that
do?
she made it all make sense.
What?
I'm
I
getting
wish
Rachel out
Marlena
of
would have
there, but
just like
then we're gonna
smacked him across
convince
the
the
head
court.
when he told her.
Yeah.
I wish she just would have went out and
Yeah.
said,
Her
Brady,
bell.
you stupid idiot. He said, well, that's the only way. There's always another way. But anyway, easy.
Yeah.
All right. So, but okay. So Rachel's back home. And then we have Sophia, crazy Sophia, switched the pills for Holly and gave her antipsychotic drugs, which made Holly a little loopy, like crazy and really
Yep.
anxiety. And so they went to Rush, and
Okay.
which I think is stupid
I just
anyway.
have to say
But anyway,
something though about the medications.
yeah.
I know that
Is that dangerous to give somebody
supplements can sometimes be
antipsychotic that don't
big.
need them?
Well, of course
Yeah.
it's dangerous. Of course it is. But what I'm trying to say is they look like they were Tums, like peppermint Tums. And I was going to say, I've
Yeah.
never seen a supplement or a mental health. I've never taken antipsychotics, but I've never taken like a antidepressant or anything that was that big. And
That
so
big?
I don't know how Holly, I mean, she was talking to Ari while she was popping it, but I can't believe she
They
wouldn't have
must
been
look
like,
similar.
well, that tasted different or that looked, yeah.
Well, this is Holly you're talking about
Anyway,
too.
so I can't believe Sophia got away from
Ditsy
that.
anyway.
And the fact that
Yeah,
she
of course
lost that
Sophia.
bottle at the
Oh.
mental health facility.
Yeah. Well, she got it. She says, oh, they found it. They cooked it. They found it underneath a thing. And so she just thinks, oh, okay, it's all right. Then she pops them. And which kiss is
Yeah.
what really got me. Ari, wants to go and Holly's there. Oh, I have to take this. My skin is so terrible. I'm there. Girl, I just want
My God.
you are so God, she's so self-centered, so vain.
But you know
She's
what?
beautiful. Her skin
I
is
can't
perfect.
wait till she's gone.
How
I'm
about the people
sorry.
that have an acne problem and nothing? You're perfect. So, but you don't think you are. Anyway,
Yeah.
and even Ari
No,
said,
the actress is really good, but I'm not gonna miss the character. I'm sorry.
yeah. I love her as Holly. I'd hate to see them go. I like both Tate and Holly as a couple, and
Yes. I do too.
I think they're cute together.
The
I
actress
mean,
is good. I just can't take
Holly's
the character.
she's playing her part of Holly
Miss
very
them.
well,
I'm gonna miss them.
and so is Sophia. That actress is very
Yeah,
good.
I'm actually going to.
I just love her with her eyes when she's like really scared or
Sophia's a liar. I love her.
she's good in that part. So, and I had heard she's leaving too. So I don't know. all these people, they're supposed to be getting
Huh.
another one, but I don't know. But she's good too. But I'd like to see how this all plays out. I guess that would, if she keeps taking them, is she going to get like really sick, like pass out, or it's really going to affect her if she keeps taking them until they find out.
Well, yeah,
Anyway, I don't think she's going to
well, you
make the.
saw Sophia
She's not going to make
consult
the fraternity
ChatGPT,
or sorority.
No.
but
Well,
Ari will.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't
Ari,
even want it
and
that
Ari
much.
really doesn't care, but they want Ari. And why do they want Ari? Come on, Ari, you know why? Because she found out that Gabby Chic is Gabby's her mother, and they love Gabby Chic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they want her. But will she? What she should say is, no, if my girlfriend can't get in, I'm not getting it. So I don't know. I don't know. I was never in a sorority, so, or would I
Me
ever want
either.
to be?
Me either.
Not my thing.
I would never want to be. I think they're ridiculous. But anyway, that's me. Oh, Chanel and Johnny, they're kind of cute. She got
Well,
a
I'm gonna miss
got a gift from.
them when they're off. I'm pissed
I
off about
Yeah,
that.
know.
I'll miss.
She got a gift from Allie
Since
and EJ. Oh, Chanel and
wait,
Johnny.
what?
Yeah, you're gonna admit. I
Yeah,
was just gonna say she got a gift
yeah.
from Allie and EJ, but she didn't want to open EJ's. She told Johnny to send it back. So she's still pissed at EJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see that part.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just love to know how they're going to write them off. You know, but this is going to be almost another year yet till we actually
Think
don't
of how
see
much
them.
more fun the storyline. How much more fun would it be to have Lonnie and Eli and Chanel and Johnny and all their kids
Do you
on the
think
show?
that's why
Yeah.
That
Lonnie and
sucks.
Eli are coming? It
I'll
made
bet you
room
what
for
they're gonna
those two
do
to
is
come
they're probably
back.
gonna move. They're gonna move in to Johnny and Chanel's house or a place or something. I don't know. That just
I
irritates the crap out of me.
I
And
don't
again,
know.
I'm glad Lonnie and Eli are coming back, but I just think it'd be so
Right.
much cooler if her sister and brother-in-law would stay in town at the same time. And plus, Lonnie's, but like I don't know, it kind of makes it bittersweet for me. So because I'm really attached to
Yeah,
those two.
especially Johnny and Chanel. That really
That's what I
surprised me.
mean.
Not so
I'm
much
really
the other
attached
ones,
to
but
them.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
they're popular. I don't know how would they think that they're not popular.
Yeah.
And these are all like,
Yeah.
except maybe for
And they've
Chanel,
had
like
some
legacy
good
characters.
and
You know,
they've had good
Johnny.
storylines.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Who knows? But then we have Alex and Stephanie, which we can say goodbye to. No, I like Alex, but Stephanie gets on my nerves. But I do like them together, other than the other people that they tried to put like Stephanie with or Alex
Yeah.
with. But I do like them together. So Stephanie thought she'd surprise Alex and they eloped for real. And Jada was there. So we had that little thing, or I guess was cute. I guess that was for Valentine. And how many couples have gotten married on Valentine's Day? That's everybody's anniversary. Johnny and Chanel, Steve and Kayla,
See,
Alex and Stephanie.
Steve and Kayla,
Yeah.
John and Marlena.
John and Marlena.
Adrian and but no,
I don't know. Did they
um,
all get married on Valentine's Day?
lots. Because of course that's a
Speaking of
romantic
John,
thing, and especially back in the day, it was a
I
romantic
guess, yeah.
date. Didn't
But
Lonnie and
everyone's
Eli? Didn't
saying
they try to get married on?
married. I don't know. So, but it just seems like a lot of them have gotten married on Valentine's Day. And then when the three ladies were talking, Julie, Marlene, and them, they were talking about the different things, and what their special signature thing was. Well, it was the strawberries and whipped cream. I forget what Julie said something. Her and Doug. Anybody remember? And then Maggie, because they were both. Maggie was
I
talking
think
about
the
Mickey and
roses and chocolate.
Chocolates
what
and
with
flowers.
chocolate.
Well,
Okay.
I know they
Because
said Doug
Maggie
was such a
talked about
romantic.
Mickey and Victor. Yeah. So, but anyway. So we had that with Jada. Oh no, Jada gets a call from Theo. I guess he's going to she's going to go out to dinner with him. I do not see that couple at all. I do not like that
No.
pairing. Just does not
Nope.
I
see
want
Nope.
Jada and Sean.
Jada and Sean. I think Jada and Sean, from like just in little things I've been hearing, I think eventually they're going to put them together, I think. Let's see what else. Then we had Gwen setting up Dimitri. So she had Vivian arrange or to say that he was staying there, and she had all his stuff sent there, so all his DNA was on everything. They think he's the one that helped Peter, when in fact it was Vivian that was behind it. So
And
there the
how
rest of the
funny
week.
was it when Eli told Julie that he and Rafe had done such a fantastic job on tracking down the whole, Dimitri connection that in
Yeah.
Alamania that they want them to work together. And I'm like, when are they going to find out that was all a fraud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, Eli's getting to move back to Salem on false pretenses, unbeknownst to him. The
And then
FBI
maybe they'll
agent.
Yeah.
fire him and he'll have to leave. But I
Jeez, isn't
have to
that
say, I
funny?
love Vivian Alamein. I've always loved Maurice Sorrell. Anyway, so I don't know how long she's going to be on. I heard Diva Carey said that Yvonne's coming back. So I guess he's going to be on too. So I guess Vivian's still not quite done yet. So yeah, I don't know when he's coming on. Then we had, well, of course, Leo has mixed feelings with Dimitri now, and he went to see
Yeah.
Marlena. He's so funny when he's with Marlena. He cracks me up. He just
I
goes on.
love them together, Leo and
Just
Marlena.
sometimes she has to keep herself from laughing, I think, when he goes off into his whatever he does all the time. So yeah, she made him see that, oh, you're here because you just want permission from me to say he's not over Dimitri. He still has feelings. He can have feelings for both of them, basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
But the character Harvey is going to come back, so I don't know if he'll be starting to get close to Dimitri again or what. Dimitri cracks me up though. I kind of like him and Gwen together actually, but even with all their sparring and hatred for each other, I kind
Yeah.
of like it. But and then we have Gwen and Xander back together. It's just like they're
I
playing
love them.
golf. Did you see the fake golf on there? Oh, they're the only
Xander
ones
hit
there.
her.
There's only one
Yeah.
driving range. There's only one. Yeah. Yeah.
When he
He
was
hit her
taking all
car.
his aggression out on the ball and hit her car, and he went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then a few minutes later, you see Gwen, some idiot hit my car with their golf ball. That was funny.
And of course, she has to help him with his swing, so she has to come up behind him and put her arms around him and stuff. Yeah, of course. That's how it always is. It's usually the other way around. But in the promo for next week, it shows all
we
the
can't hear you.
Marianne, you're
Can't hear
cutting
me?
out a little bit.
Oh, maybe it's my internet.
Now we can.
Okay, better? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Now we can.
Oh, okay. What was I talking about? Xander and Gwen. Oh, in the promo, it shows all the different
Promo.
couples, and it just showed Xander laying down in a bed, like somebody pushes him down on the bed, but that's all we see. But I think him and Gwen get together. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Woohoo!
So, but we'll talk about next week. So, yeah.
I feel better that Gwen's got
In
some
fact, when they
spending.
were together,
I
I
feel much
liked that.
better.
I
Why?
love Gwen and
Yeah.
Xander.
Yeah, I liked them when they were together. But I do like Gwen and
Yeah.
Sarah. I don't know if I like Sarah and Brady together. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I like Xander and Sarah, and I like Xander and Gwen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. But nobody wants Brady.
But yeah, you're right. Sarah and Brady
Brady.
are kind of friend territory to me.
Yeah. I've
So far.
always liked Brady and Nicole. I've always liked Brady and Nicole together.
Yeah. I was a Cole fan too.
Yes. And I liked him with Teresa, the
I
first
like
Teresa.
Eric and Nicole.
Yeah. Okay, so Brady, let's see. We missing anything? Dimitri? We got everything. Do we have everything? Previews?
I think so.
Yeah, well, next week it shows Steve and Kayla are out for Valentine's Day, and Gabby is with Philip, and Theo is with Jada, but he's thinking of Gabby. What do you guys think about Theo and Gabby?
See that? I don't see that either at all. I think he's got a crush. I think he's got a crush on her, but I don't see her reciprocating at all.
No.
Yeah.
I like Philip and Gabby.
He's too young.
I didn't think
he's
I would.
too young. Yeah,
I
do
don't think
too.
he's too young for Jada, too. I don't know. And then you see Abe and
Yep.
Paulina, and like I said, Alex and Stephanie and all that, and Xander. And then you see Chad saying goodbye to Jenn, and I guess Jack and Jen are back on, but they'll be leaving too. They're saying goodbye to the kids. So I'm thinking whenever they do come back, we're going to see new Chad. But this actor that's playing Chad, he does resemble Billy Flynn a lot. Not the same, but there's a resemblance.
Yeah.
But the thing is what's the character?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they switched shows. The one guy was
That's
on Young
right.
did
and
they?
Restless. Now Chad's on Young and Restless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Billy Flynn's doing really well over at Young and Restless. I don't know. So good for him.
Good for him. I
Maybe,
really
he's
like
getting
him.
tired. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
well,
said,
yeah. Billy Flynn, yeah. You mean the actor or his way he plays Chad? I like both
yeah,
because I've met
I
him
like
and
I like him in every aspect except for in when he's in a romantic partnership. Most of them I haven't liked either the woman that he
The
was with
pairing.
or the
I
pairing. Yeah.
liked him with
But
Marcy Miller.
in terms of him as an actor, him playing as
Hmm.
a dad and part of the community and as a brother and in
Will and
relationships and
Sonny.
as a boss, all those aspects, I like him in his bromances and
Yeah.
friendships.
With him and
I love
Andre.
all of that. And
Yeah.
I always feel like he comes from a real authentic place with those relationships on screen. But that's the only time with the romances that and it's not that I don't think he's suited for that. I just don't think it's ever a pairing has ever clicked for me with him. Maybe
Hmm.
what's her name?
Kate Manzi.
Kate Nancy's.
Kate Manzi.
Maybe then. Yeah,
Hmm.
with him. Wasn't she with him for a short time?
But, and she,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, she was with him. And that's when Batty Ben came on. And then it was Ben and Kate Manzi.
Yeah.
He had an obsession with her. Yeah. I like Batty Ben. We haven't seen him.
Yeah. Right.
I like to go back and watch him again. But, yeah, well, Ben's hasn't been around for a while. It's all Alex now. And he kind of forgot about Ben, and he's Alex now. He's different. He kind of accepted him as
Yep.
Alex now.
Yeah.
So it can be done if they have the right amount of time. So in between. Oh, we did have
Yeah.
Chad running into Kat again. Oh, did we lose Jen? She
Oh
kind of
dear.
froze. Did
No,
you
I'm here.
freeze there?
she's frozen.
Oh, okay.
She's
Oh, okay. It's just like moving real slow
Yeah.
on my screen. Okay. Chad ran into
Yeah, you were
Kat.
a little frozen maybe,
Of
but
course.
it's okay now,
And
I
he had to
think.
give her a hug, and he said he
Yeah,
explained
you're
to them,
moving.
you're moving like slow. We can hear you though, I think.
Oh,
So who says that Chad's gonna break his contract and he's gonna be back with
you're
Kat?
out again,
See,
Marianne. Marianne, you're going in and out.
am I out again? No. It must be our connection, or it must be this because I don't see Jen's moving. Jen's frozen on my end.
Yeah.
Well, it's about almost time. Maybe it's this Riverside sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There you
Okay.
go.
Could be.
Maybe it's where I'm sitting and where I move this. Maybe if I move this thing here. Okay. So anyway, I don't know. That's all I've got. I don't know. I think we covered all the stories unless somebody can think of something. We're kind of at the end here.
Look back at the camera. It's and talk.
Me?
I think we're having technical.
Technical
Technical
difficulties.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you're
sounds like
talking and
blog talk.
yeah,
Breaks up.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because your lips were moving, but nothing was coming through. So something's going on with our tech. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we'll
then
have
it
to
must
get with our tech
stuff's
guy
moving
on that,
slow
right?
because yeah.
But
Okay, well then
anyway,
it's almost time. It's almost an hour, so we can wrap up till next week.
yeah, Jen and I might have to sign off for you because we can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know what? It's reconnecting.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Your lips
on my end.
now it's reconnecting.
Yeah.
But now I
All
hear
right.
you there.
Yeah.
But it says reconnecting.
Yep.
Can you
Okay.
hear
You're
us?
back.
Okay.
Yes. See, it's not us. It's
Okay.
them.
Well,
They're doing something. All right. Well, let's see.
yeah, I think.
I guess I can end this.
Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, it was definitely a tech issue because it was like in and out. She'll come back. And then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week as far as the show was.
Yeah.
There was enough stuff.
Enough drama.
One thing we didn't really talk about that I do with remind me if she's able to reconnect Johnny and EJ, or was that last Friday?
It
That was
just
last
knocked me
Friday.
off, the little bugger.
Okay, that's right.
Hey.
All right. Now can you hear
You're
me?
back.
Yes, we
Yes.
I
can.
just sent a
You're-
thing that said it just knocked me. It says unknown error. Unknown error. All
Okay.
right.
Well,
We all
we
done?
were. Yeah, I think
Before
so.
it messes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good now, but I think, yeah, we probably you might wanna whatever you wanna